We got new cards, and this time, spellcasting abound. Fairy tale support. You guys know what fairy tales are? Did you guys know that Snow is actually part of an archetype? Yeah, weird. She actually isn't a tier limit card. I know that this is a big reveal. Sorry to spoil it, but she's actually not just a tier limit card. Currently banned in the TCG. It'll be very interesting to see what they do about Fairy Tale. From what I understand and have heard, it feels like this support was very much designed with Snow in mind. So, is she coming back? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's begin with card number 1. We've got Fairy Tale Matchlille. Yo, YCS Lil? Big reference. Same stats as all of the Fairy Tales, so it makes it searchable by Luna. I think Luna adds any monster with 1850 attack plus spellcaster. So I'm not sure if there's any Charmer crossover, but there might be. First, second, and third effect. Once per turn, if a spellcaster with 1850 is on the field, special this, and you can't special this turn except spellcasters. Ooh. The Xenolog. Okay, well, usually that doesn't mean anything. Remember when you used to get locked into Dark Dragons? Oh no. Remember when you used to get locked into Earth Machines? Oh no. So let's see if it actually does anything. Well, it's pretty crazy, actually. So there's 6 copy of this, right? Because you can just go Luna, search this, special this, and then you can add a Fairy Tale spell and trap. Which, if I'm not mistaken, there actually just isn't any Fairy Tale spell and traps in the game, right? So we're getting a whole bunch of them in this wave, I suppose. Pay 5. The name of one effect monster your opponent controls becomes Fairy Prince. Oh, there's like one? Oh, okay. The name of one effect monster your opponent controls becomes Fairy Prince. Like, that's good against Harpies and, like, Cyber Dragons, like, decks like that, who require very specific named monsters to do stuff, maybe? So, not sure how relevant that is, but changing the name could be pretty good. Invoked. Can't link in Malice. Okay, okay. Alright, yeah, so I'm sure that'll be somewhat relevant, but clearly that effect is just kind of a bonus, right? We're obviously trying to extend and special and search and combo. We got a fusion here. This is Weaver of Fairy Tale Tales. Tail, get it? What do they call that, a pun? Double entendre? Fairy Tale monster plus a spellcaster. You can only use the first effect of this name once per turn. During your main phase... Homophone? Sorry, we're not homophobic here. Please, don't break the rules. During your main phase, you can special summon one Fairy Tale from deck or banishment. Ignition effect to just E-tele a Fairy Tale, huh? Using it with a spellcaster and a Fairy Tale. If you normal or special a non-Earth Fairy Tale while this is on the field, target effect monster controls negate it's an effect and its name becomes Fairy Prince. Say the line. Say the line. Quick effect negate. I like the changing the name aspect. I guess that's thematic. Any Fairy Prince on the field becomes a spellcaster. Oh! Wait, it's not a quick effect? Well, okay, but like, you can trigger it because I assume you can summon Fairy Tales on your opponent's turn. Like, actually, it's not a quick effect. Okay, fine. Technically, you're right, but obviously, it's disruption. Now, the interesting thing about this is that it works really well with this if you can summon it on your opponent's turn. I assume there's a way to summon this on your opponent's turn. So these, like, kind of combo together. So you can, like, negate one thing, and then, like, this thing can, like, summon on your opponent's turn. Actually, no. This is an ignition effect as well. It's the trigger effect that adds a... Oh, okay. So, Snow is the one that triggers this, right? Surely. Next up, we've got Chronicler of Fairy Tale Tales. Level 4 Earth Spellcaster. Light Fairy Tale monster. Wait, hold on. Is there even a Light Fairy Tale that isn't Snow? There must be one, right? Otherwise, that just confirms she's being unbanned. But if we know what Light Fairy Tale exists, you know, the first one... This one, other than Snow, there's only this? Oh, they're all light? Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. Wait, if they're all light, then why does it specifically say Light Fairy Tale? I guess because they don't want you to fuse it with this guy who's an Earth for whatever reason. Or this new XE, I guess, which is Dark. Fair enough. Okay. You can lose the first and third effect once per turn. If this is fusioned using a Fairy Princess material, destroy as many cards with opponent controls as possible and then inflict 500 to them for each. Destroy as many cards? Huh? Just the whole board? Wow. Fairy Tales can be destroyed by battle. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can banish a Fairy Tale from your hand or grave, negate, and destroy. Yeah, quick effect, negate. See? Alright. Then we got Fairy Tale Wickat. Rank 4 Dark Spellcaster. Pretty generic. Two level 4 spellcaster. You can use a second and third effect once per turn. Fairy Tales you control whose original attribute is light or unaffected by opponent's activated effect. So, unaffected snow. Amazing. You control. So, not in the graveyard, right? So, snow can still be Callblide. At least you got that, huh? Detach up to 2 materials from this card and then send that many Fairy Tale cards from your deck to the grave, except it's... Okay, come on. They just want you to play snow. Come on, dude. If this card is in your graveyard, quick effect. Target a Fairy Tale you control whose original attribute is light specialist, and if you do, send that monster to the grave. Yeah, okay, so you can literally just reuse snow. I mean, tell me how this is not just designed for snow. Summon snow, book a guy, activate this in the graveyard, tribute the snow, and then you can use the snow again after you foolish snow with this card. I mean, if this doesn't... There's no point in this... Any of these cards if snow isn't legal. Fairy Tale long ago. You can only use first and second effect once per turn. Special up to 1 light Fairy Tale with a different name from each hand, grave, and or banishment. Cancel the rest of turn except spellcasters. Up to 1 light Fairy Tale monster with different names. Each from hand, grave, or banishment. What the fuck? That sounds maybe a lot more broken than it actually is. But it is a quick play spell, so it's... My first thought was, there's like this broken Fire King card. And it just like e-tellies like 1 Fire King from grave, banishment deck. Then I just remembered there's a trap card. So that's, yeah, Echelon. That card is crazy, but it's a trap card. So this is a quick play spell. So this one might be pretty broken. If this is sent to the grave except from the field or becomes banished, you can set it, but it cannot be activated unless you control a Fairy Tale. Okay, come on, dude. There is no other Fairy Tale monster that just banishes cards, right? Right? This is just Snow. Snow banish this, and then it activates it. Like, all right, Snow's coming back. There's literally no world in where Snow isn't unbanned because of this. Fairy Tale Ball. Yo, we ballin'? You can all activate 1 card with this name per turn. When this card resolves, you can add a Fairy Tale or Fairy Tale from deck or banishment to hand. Wow, there's like 9 copies of your any Fairy Tale monster now. Luna, this, and this is obviously like the one that does plays. So you just have like 9 starters. Seems pretty consistent. Field spell that gets the monster that summons the guy that does the combo, etc., etc. Your Fairy Tales can attack directly. Don't know why that's a random clause, but sure, we'll take it. If your opponent specials a monster, you control a Fairy Tale. Target effect monster you control negate it. Its name becomes Fairy Prince. Well, okay, there you go. We're just renaming all of our opponent's monsters. It's amazing that according to this archetype, the #1 enemy is men. Because all of the cards your opponent controls become a Fairy Prince. Not Princess, they become a Prince. So the problem is men, according to this deck. We have an equip spell. You can use a 3rd effect once per turn. The equip monster gains 1,000. Once per turn, you can fusion a spellcaster. Fusion from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. You can also use Fairy Prince. Your opponent controls... Oh my god. We can fuse our opponent's board here. We have a Super Poly-esque style equip card easily searchable for the deck. So this archetype actually has some good plays going second as well. Wow. This is in the grave. You can equip it to a Fairy Tale on the field, and then immediately after this resolves normal spellcast with 1850. Jesus Christ, that's absurd. Wow. Is this deck good? Let's find out. We're going to start with Spellcaster Slop Exhibit A. Spoon. Spoon. Gonna activate Spoon. We're going to get Zeroa. Zeroa's going to equip Artemis. Now, I've heard that if you equip Artemis, it becomes kind of hard to piss. Zeroa triggers to bring back Spoon. Link the Spoon into another Artemis. Activate this Artemis. This Artemis is going to get Poplar. Activate your Poplar. Special summon Poplar. Trigger the Poplar. Fusion Shokan. Into Zoroa, the Magistas, Verethragna. Does this insulate versus Nibiru? When a monster effect is activated, send the face-up Magistas card you control. Yep, it's not monsters your opponent controls, it's just any monster effect. Alright, so that's Nib protection. Gonna use the Spoon. Spoon equip. So now we have 2 equips. And then we send both equips. Is this just Doom Dragon? Fusion Synchro Ixie or Link monster plus a spellcaster monster. Are you allowed to send 2 equips there? Was that a legal summon of Chorozo? I don't know if that is. 2 equips can be used for Chorozo? Or special from your extra deck by sending the correct fusion material monster cards you control to... Oh, right, okay. Yeah, read the rest of the card, sorry. Okay, cool. It's just Doom Dragon. Then we're going to make the generic spellcaster rank 4. It's Wickat. She's going to dump 2 cards to the graveyard. We're going to send the YCS Lil and Fairy Tail equip card. Trigger the effect to Reborn. Then on summon, we get to get a Fairy Tail spell trap. That's going to get the field spell. The field spell is then going to get Luna. We're going to equip the equip, which allows us to extra normal summon. Did we even use our regular normal? We normaled Zero, I believe, right? So this is our extra normal summon of a 1850 spellcaster. Luna effect is going to then add... This replay is coping that Snow is going to be unbanned. Okay? We're just roll with the punches. Just believe and cope. Snow's going to be legal, okay? Who cares about TCG? Yeah, true. Who cares about them shufflers? Then we're going to Fusion Shokan into the Chronicler. Using the Snow from our hand here. Link Shokan away into the Endymion, the Crescent Magistus. It's going to equip Crowley. I guess this guy is... target and effect monster in your graveyard your opponent controls. And equip that effect to this. We're going to equip these 2. And I believe that makes him an Omni. And then we have the Fairy Tail as disruption on the opponent's turn. And we have the Fairy Tail Snow here with the equip to then trigger this again on the opponent's turn here. So you can fuse on your opponent's turn into the other guy, the Fairy Prince. It would have been nice if they actually showed us the disruption here. But yeah, close enough. That's a 1-card combo. Just with Spoon. Let's see what you can do with just Fairy Tail Luna. Normal summon Luna. Get the YCS Lil. Special summon Lil. Add the field spell. Field spell. That's going to get another Luna. Then we're going to overlay these into Wickat. Detach 2. Send the quick play spell this time. And the equip. Put the equip down. Extra normal summon Luna. And Luna, by the way, is just, for some reason, just not once per turn. So we can get 2 searches this turn. One of them being Snow. Fuse the Snow away. We're going to go into the Weaver. The Weaver E-tellies out Sleeper from the deck here. Link Shokan 1 into Artemis. Plus the Fusion. We're going to link Shokan into Endymion. Endymion's going to equip the Artemis. Artemis is going to get Spoon. We have a nice little spellcaster synergy between the archetypes. And from here, it's just Magistus stuff. We go Crowley. Crowley can also Fusion Shokan into Zoroa. Zoroa equips the Artemis. Spoon Banish, equip the Crowley. And then, yeah, that's our disruption here. On the opponent's turn, we got the Monster Negate. We've got the add back recycle of the Crowley on the opponent's turn, resummoning it to then activate the effect again to fuse again. Then we're going to go into Invoked Magistus Omega. Banish a fusion to banish a monster. Activate the spell card. That's going to trigger to bring back the Weaver, the Snow. Snow can book a guy. The Xyz contribute the Snow, bring itself out here. Trigger the Sleeper, which is Book of Moon again by tributing, and then use the Snow again to banish, to revive, and then Book of Moon again. The banish spell then resets itself, so that's like follow-up for the next turn on top of that. This is a 1-card combo Fairy Tail Luna spellcaster slop stuff. So, that's, that is pretty good. Now let's show some fun stuff. And by fun, I mean the worst rota in the history of the game. So this is the Charmer version. We're going to add 4 Charmers, return 2 random cards from our deck to the hand with the new spell book of the Grand Circle. We're going to banish it to fuse all 4 of the OG crappy Charmers. And then we're going to fusion summon Charmers of the Grand Circle. We're going to activate her effect to Reborn 4 times. We're going to link them into the Spellbook Link Monster, the Prophecy. Reveal 3 random ones. Randomly add Prophecy. Prophecy is going to add Secrets. Then we're going to activate Secrets. Secrets is going to add Judgment. Yes, Spellbook of freaking Judgment. Link Shokan into Artemis. Use Alsa, Revive. Contact Link into Chorozo. Equip on the Magistus. Magistus gets Spoon. Spoon effect. Get Crowley. Activate your Poplar. Special summon Poplar. Fusion Shokan Poplar. Into Zeroa. Zeroa equip. Overlay into the Wickat. Wicket's going to dump the 2 here. The equip is then going to revive. This is going to get the field spell. Spellcaster Slop. Activate Judgment. Get Luna. Link Shokan into a Golden Allure Queen. Oh boy. Allure Queen equip Chorozo. Special summon Allure Queen level 3. Make another Chorozo. I feel like Chorozo was a mistake, guys. What do you think? Equip extra normal summon into Luna. Luna gets Snow. Effect of the equip to fuse. Fuse into Teller. Synchro into Calamity. Calamity equips Riliona. Spoon effect banish. That's going to summon out, equip the Varom. Boom. Spellbook of Judgment in the end phase. Special summon at level 1. Metal Illusionist. Metal Illusionist. And 1 spellbook card. Metal Illusionist is then going to set the Flame Coating Metal Morph. Opponent's turn. Flame Coating Metal Morph summons out Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. Allure Queen effect to equip, and then you've got all the other disruption here, blah, 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 blah. Zeroa negates every monster type in your spell and trap zones. Does this deck play 14 Garnets? This is not a good replay. Guys, this is not a good replay. All right, this one is just for fun. This is not good. Do not try and build this one. This one is not good. The other 2 were fine. This is bad. All right, random chatter. What have you got for us? Media. Okay, we got some Archmage stuff as well. All right, Archmage and 1 discard. What do we got? What's he going to do? He's going to go into the power Doomsy. Equip into Dictorus. This thing falls off, gets a spell card. Activate the spell card. Dump Amalfite. Amalfite Grave Effect. That's going to add Drastia. Okay, Drastia Effect. Target this. Attribute it to special. Equip the Fairy Tale. Search Living Fossil. Living Fossil. Revive Amalfite. Bring out Archmage, sorry, Medius. Search Dark Magician. Huh? What does this have to do with the new cards? I don't know. All right, whatever. Run it back. Run it back. Keep it in editor. All right, bye everyone. See you next time.